with my friends from Cronos, Debe, Morir, one of my favorite bands ever. Skate punk, very technical from Santiago, Chile. I don't know if my pronunciation is correct, but this guy plays very well, man. This is amazing. One of my favorite bands, so creative. And my name is Fabiano. His name is Pedro, and we are journalists for a Brazilian website called Cultura em Peso. This is the name in Portuguese. And in English, we can call it have culture or something like that. But if you prefer, but let's go. Let's get started off the first question. Pedro has the first question, and we will keep in doing this conversation as normal as we can. You know, there's no problem. We are friends. And Pedro, you can start with the
All right.
first question.
We would like to know a brief story about the band. Your career and your story, like to begin the interview.
Fala galera, we're Cronos Debe Morir or Cronos Must Die for our English speakers. So yeah, we're going to start to talk about our history. We born in 2017, but the band started much time ago, right? I knew Diego since school when I was 10 years old, and we had bands at that era. Also, Felipe knows Francisco. He can talk about that since early years. And we met Cesar with Felipe with our old bands we had, right? So music unite us. So yeah, that's the history of Cronos. And from 2017, we start to do quick stuff, quick movements like we don't have songs and we start to have gigs and shows, and after that we start to have songs, but we don't have recorded and people want to hear something about us, so we make our first ep really quick, and the second one it was the same, but I'm think I'm getting the next step. So Felipe, you could add something to the history of the band.
Yeah, well, the band is not so old. So as Luis said before, we started in 2017, but all the musicians in the band have many years playing, at least I don't know, 15 years each. We have bands since we were little kids, so we have been around a lot of time. So uh, when we came together as a band, as Cronos Must Die, we all have the experience. We know how to play. We know how to make things work. So from the beginning of the band, there was a dream come true. To be able to play the things you always wanted to play, to be with partners that are so good at what they do. So it was a dream come true. And of course, because we had bands before, we were a little bit known in the scene here in Chile. So uh, we have a good start. We have good shows at the beginning. In Even though we didn't have many songs uh, composed and we didn't record anything. We played with mute. Our first big gig, we covered mute in a big show, and we had to rush our first album. So to get there to the show with something in our hands. So it has been great.
And it's interesting because so younger, like you told me, 15 years old, the band that maybe the most of the band members, and this is must be a great challenger, yeah, in that time because you play so faster, so technical like you play. And so younger, man, I'm sure that it was amazing, a great challenger, something not so simple, but it's good because the band is here playing very well, doing some good gigs, and being more and more knowledgeable. The people is knowing you more and more in different countries, and we hope to spread more your band because I love it all. So talking a little bit about the history of the band, there is something sad that happened last week. It was the old bassist Alvaro is his name. Yeah, he was the bassist that played in the first EP. I think he's Despertar. He passed away. Do you have something to say about it?
So Alvaro
Yeah.
was the
Oh,
first. Was we when we were reuniting together the band, he was interested in playing with us from the beginning. Uh, One day I showed him some demos, some recordings that I had, and he was in from the beginning. So uh, he loved to play. He played in another band called Captain Morgan that they play ska, and I don't know. He had been around in the music since the same time we started playing. So he has like us. He had 15 years of music in his body. So he was very loved in the scene, and well, someday he entered uh, to in a surgery to
Hmm.
yeah health. He had health issues, and he entered in a surgery, and something went wrong in it, and 2 days later he had a stroke, and he entered in a coma, and
Mm.
he he has he had been like that for about 4 years until he passed away a couple of days ago. So he was a good friend. He was a loyal friend. He was a kind person. He was loved for everybody. Everybody loved him, and it is so sad to not have him here with us.
All right, man. Pedro, do you have another question to me?
Uh, Luis has something to say about this question.
The question is about the EP, the process
Oh,
of
right.
the.
Sorry. No, I thought the Luis wanted to say something about the bases as well. But my condolences to him. I just know Cronos Debe Morir. I listened to all the three EPs like last week when Fabiano showed me, and I really appreciate all the music. And I realized yesterday that he told me that it was recent of the passing of the bassist, so I'm really sad about it. Right, but let's follow. Uh, what we would like to know a little on the process on the making of the three EPs, official EPs that you have, and the lyrical content.
Okay, so we um, we sing uh, from our insights. You know, we see that the world is not a very beautiful place. You know, uh, there's so the people now are so selfish. Well, it always have been like that. So those are things that hurt us, and we want we want to show the world that hurt. We want to show uh, everybody how ugly the world is in order to achieve a better place. You know,
Hmm.
so we feel that uh, we have a mission, we have an obligation to tell the world to help people, to help them see the wrongs that we are doing as humanity, as a community. So we have that need to tell everyone that we're wrong, that we can make things better, and well, we want to build a better place. And we sing that in Spanish because the people that are here with us, close to us, speak Spanish. So we want to reach with our message to the people that we have close first.
Is that
Yes.
Each part of punk rock is like raising awareness and self-consciousness, right? Fabian, what did you
Yes,
say?
and the last expression that you just spoke to us is something that I would ask to you, is because why to sing in Spanish and not in English or something like that. And there are a lot of people that want to know to know more about it. For example, there are a lot of bands here in our country in Brazil that they prefer to sing in English because playing this kind of music, melodic hardcore. Oh, I think
Yeah.
where's our friend Luisito? I think that he will return. But
Yeah.
let's keep doing the interview. When he send me the invite to get in, I will accept him. So there are a lot of bands in our country that they prefer to sing in English because the kind of music that you're playing. All right, Luisito is back. That your band play is melodic hardcore, and the people prefer to sing it in English because they think that this fits more in this kind of music. So, and it's not so simple to sing these songs, this kind of music in another language, for example, Portuguese or Spanish. And the Cronos Debe Morir is one band that do it very well. So this is something that I would like that you explain a little bit to us. I know that you already talked about it a little bit, but if you can talk more, because why to sing in Spanish and not in English?
Okay. So well, I've got the point. We At the beginning of my musician career, that was a subject to speak to. Phonetically, English is more like the bands we all have grown up listening to punk rocks. So the English language has that sound that we can relate to whenever we speak about punk rock bands.
Mhm.
But for me and for us, uh, the message that we want to send is very important. And the people that we have close to us, everybody speaks Spanish. So we we have our message above everything else. So and with that idea in mind, we we try to figure out the best way to fit the Spanish language into this punk rock sound. And I think we are doing it successfully. We the sound of Spanish language in punk rock sounds okay. I know, we are very pleased to be able to tell the things that are important and to be understand.
All right, that's good, man. That's nice. You got the point. Thanks a lot to explain it to us. And this is something so beautiful, man, because you can spread your message for your people and that can understand you well. Maybe this is the same thing that some Brazilian bands like Dead Fish and Pense, I don't know, they prefer to do it to speak in Portuguese, maybe to spread, to keep spreading in teaching to the Brazilian people to spread a good message, a positive message, something like that. Pedro,
Oh, all right. We would like to know how strong is the punk culture in your country, and if you have, and what are your favorite national bands?
Okay. Um, I think there's a lot of bands in Chile. There's a lot of bands, but I think we have a problem in the Chilean scene that we have a weak message, right? I think they like to play more to be known for to give a real message.
Mhm.
So I think the challenges of the scene is we need to be more united, leave our prejudge about different genres of the music, and unite the message and our values, right? Be against the racism, classism, etc. I think we have to be more strong because I think really a lack of message of the bands, and they play for just fun, and that's okay. But I think the next step it's talk about important topics and put the problems that we have on the scene and talk about it. It's not a bad idea. It's not bad to talk about all the problems you could see on the international scene that many bands having problems like Anti-Flag recently. Many more are having problems with sexual problems or cancel problems. So
mm,
in Chile it happens, and I might suppose in Brazil it happens too. So yeah, it's an important problem that shows that no matter what culture or subculture are you participating in any part of people gonna exist bad guys or bad behaviors. So I think as Cronos de Morir we are against of that. And in Chile we have many bands that are canceled and still playing, and seems that nobody cares. So yeah, I think it's a challenge, and we are doing a lot of stuff about that. We talk about openly these topics. So yeah, maybe we are a bit a pain in the ass to the other bands, but we believe that we are doing the correct stuff. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's our opinion of the Chilean scene.
Mhm.
all right,
I was curious.
And
When
to
I was curious. I think my audio is delaying a little bit.
what?
I think my audio is delaying a little bit. I can hear myself. Yeah.
Uh,
all right, man.
I'm having problems with my internet, so could you
No, I
repeat me
think that
the
isn't. It's not you. There is an echo.
yeah, but I want to mention some bands that we are friends or we see some they are doing interesting stuff like Nobel Gaia, Derrumbando Defensas, Germinar, Chances, Tenemos Explosivo, Montoya, Nuestra Independencia, Entre Fuego, Ser, Puncora, and many others, friends and people that have strong values. And that's always going to be our friends, and we are going to be open to do anything with them. But if you don't have a strong message, a weak message, and really don't care, because I can have fun playing guitar in my home and that's it. So yeah,
Mhm.
we Felipe mentioned a lot of the message and how important is for us the message of the band. Uh, and maybe you mentioned that we play a lot, but in the main important things, I think playing fast and good is not as important as the message. So I want to the people know and keep this that we are really we are really into the message of the band and what we want to the world, to for the people or for us even. It's really important the message for the members of the band. Some songs that I don't write them, took me a lot and get me into a lot of eras of my life and helped me a lot to uh, keep living and keep doing my stuff because life is hard, and when you are getting older you have more problems to solve. So yeah, I think the most important thing of the band is the message. So yeah.
No, I was wondering when I did that question because, for example, here in Brazil, we don't have a real strong culture in punk rock. So I was wondering, like, if sometimes you have you play a particular genre in music, but like it's not, let's say, like the main cultural aspect of your country. If you feel like disjointed, maybe, or am I just tripping about that?
All right, and we talked a little bit about the scene in your country, the punk rock bands in your country. I know a lot of punk rock bands in your country as well. One of my favorite ones is one band, I don't know if you know it, one band called Softcore, one great band that I love at all. And there are a lot of other bands that if I start to speak about them, I will never stop maybe. So I would like to ask to you more about your inspirations, in only not on punk rock music, but if you have other kinds of inspirations, other kinds of music, maybe a rev metal stuff, some bands in this kind of music and around the world, and something like that. You can you can talk a little bit about a little bit about it, both Felipe and Luis. If you can explain to us a little bit about your inspiration in the music and another other stuff or something like that.
Okay, so for me, basically, when I was a kid, uh, I've always had that inclination for rock music in general. I like the the distorted guitars, the raspy voice, you know, uh, and the fast beats. I've always loved the music that has a fast beat. So I I remember when the Nevermind album from Nirvana was launched, and I was a kid. There was this song Lithium that was were were being playing in the radio, and I fell in love with that. And that was for my kickstart for the rock music. And through my teenager years, I speak punk rock from first national punk bands, and then I was evolving into more punk rock that we all used to like NoFX and Pennywise, and that was evolving, And so the last band that I was uh, felt the inspiration that we should I should sound like this was Mute. Uh, I want to state here right now that Mute is my favorite band. Uh, and that was for me. I don't listen a lot of music. Uh, Maybe that is a little bit weird, but I I'm not a good listener of music. I'm more a composer.
That's amazing. Thanks a lot. About you, Luis. What's your inspiration in music?
Yeah, I want to talk about the other guys. Yesterday I was with Cesar, and he said one of the biggest reference or inspiration of punk rock was La Polla Records, and he likes it, but for their direct message since the 80s was like the first real punk band exist in Spanish. So yeah, he's a lot of into that. And I want to talk about Diego. He's our current bass player. He listened a lot of punk and metal when he was really young, and he had a band called Suspendido por 12 días, and it means suspended for 12 days because some of the band had that situation in the school. It was really fun, the name, and it talks about a lot of the how into punk we were. I like a lot of different kind of music. I'm the opposite of Felipe. I listen a lot of music, and recently I'm not listening much rock. I don't like to hear guitars and drums. I like to hear some quiet music without guitars or something. So yeah, I passed a lot of stages in my life. I start to listen the typical punk rock like NoFX, Beverly, and etc. And some eras I listen the main music of MTV, and some eras I listen metal a lot. Now for guitars I'm into Angra a lot, and there's a lot of music. And the other guys of Cronos is most weird what kind of music they like. Francisco is really a metal guy, but he listens a lot of stuff, different stuff, and yeah, we have different cultures. Diego likes salsa. He's taking lessons to dance salsa, and we play punk rock. So punk rock unite us, and for us, the historical skate punk chronogram is Satanic Surfers start it all. After that came Belvedere, and finally Mute. I think for Cronos and their look-alike, the most influenced bands are the Satanic, Belvedere, and Mute. Also, the last two are our friends. When Belvedere came to Chile, I went to the hotel to talk a bit with them. When Mute came, we talked, and they helped us a lot in our early years. Belvedere, Steve said that singing in Spanish was a good thing. So he recommended us to sing in Spanish. So we had the idea before, and if Steve said, I think it's important, and yeah, it's one of the reasons to sing in Spanish. And yeah, we have the a lot of cultural and musical styles in the band, and but we have to mix it up and try to do our best with our music. But it's a multiple genres, right?
Thanks a lot. Pedro, another question?
Right. It's really cool that you mentioned Satanic Surfers. I really like them. There's a friend of mine that's really into punk rock. He used to recommend it for me. They have just been to Brazil. They came tour with Milan Calling like this year. It's really cool. I want to, before the next question, there's 4 minutes left in this meeting. Do you prefer to move to another room maybe, or?
Yes.
Right.
All right, let's open
All
up
right.
another
I
room.
just don't
I
really want
will
to
finish
be
it.
cut off by computers, all right?
I'm going to finish it right now, and after
Right.
it, I will send you another link, and we can keep talking about the things there. Right?
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's a warning in my computer that I can't get rid of. But all right, it will soon be removed, I hope. We would like to know if you know some of Brazilian bands, and if so, what are your favorite ones?
Yeah. I will take this answer. So yeah, in the European tour, we met Pense, right? We played with them. We played in two shows. We played in Dusseldorf and Punk Rock Holiday. I think Defo is one of the best band we ever discovered around the globe. Seeing them live in another place, because they told us there was their first time outside of Brazil. So it was really funny, and we were talking in English, being Latinos, and it was really sad because we can communicate in a Latino language.
Like now.
They are great friends, and they are great friends, and we hope to do something both, right? But we know other Brazilian bands. I like a lot of Angra, Sepultura in metal, but in punk we listen a lot of bands like Dead Fish, CPM 22, Charlie Brown Jr., Malvina, Sugarcane, Bayside Kings, Rebel, Clyde, and many others. Exist a lot of you have you are a lot of people in Brazil, but and it's equal that you have many tons of bands and different styles, and you have a really rich culture, and we are always seeing what is happening in Brazil and Argentina, that I think culturally are the both greatest countries of South America, that give us a lot of music and new sounds, and be identified to be Latino as well. I think that is another important topic for Cronos de Morir, being Latino. We all know what is being Latino and how we have to survive to the world, and how to make things work. And it's complicated, but yeah, it's proud to be Latino and being from South America, singing in Spanish or whatever. And we respect a lot of the bands that they sing in Portuguese, right? Like Pense, like Dead Fish. It's really a important, but we understand when the bands sing in English because they want to expand to the world. I don't know, and we think about that, but yeah, we the most part of our history, we're going to spend it here in Santiago, in Chile. So the most logical thing, we have to sing in Spanish. And yeah, I understand a bit of Portuguese because I like a lot Angra, and there's a lot of videos in Portuguese. So I can understand really slow Portuguese, but yeah. Felipe, you have something to say? Or...
No. I think you said it all. The thing about the language barrier is something that I find a little bit ironical, because we are now having this interview in English, even though we are, I don't know, we have one or two countries that divide us between us, and we are from basically the same land, and we have to speak in English because we Spanish is no so well acknowledged, and Portuguese doesn't either. So,
Okay, I think he's losing connection.
I back is my internet crash. That's the problem about the internet is not only with you, Luisito. He's
Yeah,
here.
I had a message from the company. It says that we have problems in the neighborhood, so it's not only me. So yeah.
My case it was only 1 minute, but it's like in a million hours. It's a huge problem. But let's back talk. I'm sorry about it.
It's your turn now, Fabiano. The next question.
All right, the next question is about the future of the band. If you have some tour, some gigs to make in Europe, in Brazil, or I don't know, United States, Japan, something like that, or if you are planning or to to release a new album or something like that.
Yeah. We are having a lot of a a lot of work to do with the band. So recently we have a new manager, So he's going to help us to do quickly a lot of stuff that we are thinking. So at the moment, we don't have nothing. We are going to be honest, but yeah, we are finding our destiny. We want to travel. We are in conversations with a lot of people, so we're going to see what it's happening in maybe in South America, maybe in Europe, maybe in Japan. We have some conversations there, and we have obviously projects of new music, but maybe next year or 2 years more. We're going to release a vinyl too, and we're working in a lot of stuff that we cannot say it because uh, we are deciding. We are in a stage of the band. This year we don't play much, so we're having time. So yeah, we are thinking. I said before that we are buying new gear. We're changing our sound. We are getting better on that aspects. So that's the main stuff that we're doing now. But for the future, obviously, new music, and we are working hard on that. Felipe showed us new songs the other day, so we have like 15 non or unfinished songs, but we have like 15. And yeah, we're going to do a vinyl with or all two EPs like Despertar and Síndrome Escafandra. So that's going to be fun if a label is seeing us right now. I'm saying that we can talk and you can get your copies. So, and that's the planning of the band. We have a lot of stuff to do, but I think like the name of the band, we don't have many time. So we are doing our adult life, working a lot, worrying about family and other stuff that we have to be in quiet uh, in peace. You have to be all the stuff working in your life to do music, you to have energy, to have something to say. We have many stuff to say. Are happening a lot of stuff in our life recently, like the passed away of Alvaro. I think it's an important topic, and we have a lot of inspiration of bad behavior of the human being to think and erase that bad behavior of people in porn rock scene, in the global scene too. So yeah, we have many things to do and we need time, but we are working on it and we have new songs. We are planning some tours. We want to visit Brazil too. So we hope that our friends of Pense, we can fix something in the future, in the near future. So yeah, and even I'm going to vacations to Brazil on September. So I adore so much Brazil. I love Angra. I love their culture, their music, their beaches, their piña colada, caipirinhas. I don't know. I like the. It seems for us like Chileans, it seems a lot of happiness with the sun, with the beaches. I don't know, but yeah, I'm really interested in Brazilian culture, so hope to be there soon. So yeah, we have many friends there, and they are going to try to fix something for there. So yeah, that's
All right.
the plans of the band.
Thanks a lot. Let's finish this interview right now. And before we finish it, I would like to ask you if you have something to say to the Brazilian fans or something like that.
Well, first, if there's anyone there listening us, I want to say thank you. Uh, Being a musician in this world, in this continent, in this part of the world, is hard. You know, uh, we are not getting paid. We make this because we love it. We love music, uh, and as I said before, we have that need to spread the message. You know, so to have people that that are listening us now, that likes the thing we do. It's so good for us, you know. I'm so happy, and I want to say thank you to all of you there in Brazil that listen to Cronos Debe Morir. We are making this for you, for all the people that likes and listens to our music. So thank you very much.
All right, thanks a lot for this interview. And Luis, we can keep talking more about the things on WhatsApp group that we have, you know. And thanks a lot about it, and we appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, we want to say hi to Cultura and Peso. They are great guys. I saw the site, got good content, quality content. So keep supporting and say hi to all the fans from Brazil. We're going to see soon and listen our music, spread the message, spread our music, and we are going to be keep in touch, right?
And
All right,
stop
thanks.
eating animals.
All right.
Eating animals.
Thanks, man. Thanks, dude. All right.
Thank you guys for having us. I hope you did not hear the drill that has in the upper apartment here. Really hope.
No. Don't hear it. Don't hear it.
Thank you.